What's up guys, welcome to Monchkinz Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Monchkinz logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today's video I want to talk about the other featured characters that are possibly coming out alongside with Arane'a. Specifically, the other characters that will have their EX weapon in the same banner as Aranea'S. Of course, there is a possibility that these EX weapons will be realizable, but before we get into the video, I would just like to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a like on this video as well to help with the YouTube algorithm. With that in mind, let's start this video. Now let's start this video off with the premise that these are all speculation, and as of the time of this recording, Square Enix has not released any information regarding the banner that's coming with Arane'a. There is also a guideline that I will be following to eliminate a lot of potential characters, and I will be listing them all down here in this video. The first one is all future featured characters will be exempted, as they will have their own events that will feature their weapons. This also includes old characters that have their weapons come out on a story chapter or summoning board or even awakening banners. However, secondary characters that are featured in events can still be viable as long as they are an old character. For example, Caius is one of the featured character on his own event, so he will be exempted, but the secondary character that is featured, Noel, is a viable option to be part of Aranea'S banner. The second rule or guideline that I'll be following is all future Lost Chapter characters will also be exempted, but the same rules will apply to their secondary featured characters that I mentioned previously. For example, Golbez's Lost Chapter secondary character is 7, therefore she has a chance to make it to the list. Also important to note that I will be exempting the next 2 months worth of Lost Chapter secondary characters, as they are a bit too close to the event to even be featured this early. However, there are some exceptions to this rule, being that if there is a possibility that this character was featured in a trailer per se, then we can exempt those characters. The third one, I will be considering an old characters that have released up until December 2019 on the list. This makes sure that the newer characters per se that recently came out does get their time to shine a little bit longer. So in retrospect, I will only be considering characters released up until Bosch's event. The fourth guideline that I will be following, I will consider all characters that will get their realized weapons in the future on the event that their realized weapons are on a separate event. For example, Noctis's realized weapon or EX Plus comes out on a separate event that is outside of a character or a Lost Chapter event, so his weapon will be considered. And finally, on the fifth one, I will separate the EXs in two groups, one with the old EX Pluses and of course the other one with the new EX Pluses. After each group, after I group them all, I will take a pick on which EX weapon / character I think will be coming out with Aranea'S banner. So essentially having two separate predictions, one for the old EX and the second one will be for the new EX Pluses. Okay, so number 6 of this guideline, this one is for further exemptions to rule number 2. If a character recently had their event and have already had their EX Plus featured, they will still make it on the list, as their Lost Chapter is so further down the timeline that it wouldn't actually hurt to have them repeat again. For example, Garland and Ultimisia received their EX Plus weapons on their respective events, but their Lost Chapter is so far away that it actually won't hurt to have them repeat. Okay, so let's start this off with the old EX Plus group, which includes Cloud, Vincent, Fang, Titus, Garland, Warrior of Light, Kryl, Zell, Deuce, Ace, Ultimisia, Squall, Lilithset, Pooja, Agrias, Ferris, Machina, Rem, Lise, Ishtola, Locke, Celeste, Bosch, and Vaughn. Now, in all honesty, in this group, I really doubt we will be getting Bosch or Vaughn, as they are so close to the cutoff time I mentioned earlier. They were technically still out during the January timeline, so I think I can sort of exempt them here. The most likely candidate to me is either going to be Cloud, since he is going to be a fan favorite, or Ultimisia, which is a meta character. And seeing as Arane'a is actually one of Spiritus' warriors, I don't doubt they will add another villain in the banner. It is also important to note that Ultimisia's Lost Chapter is still a long way away, so featuring her now won't be too bad. Another one here I will highly consider is Fang, seeing as she is another Dragoon type character and her Lost Chapter came out a while ago now. It wouldn't look too bad to have 2 Dragoons in a banner. Now for the longer list, which consists of all characters that have not gotten their EX Plus just yet, which includes Noctis, Selphie, Gilgamesh, Null, Ramza, Yang, Snow, Prish, Zidane, Freya, Ida, Lena, Cypher, Cyan, Fujin, Lion, Radia, Cater, Dark Cecil, Garnet, and Quistis. Now, in all honesty, the highest chance that Noctis will be featured is pretty high. The only problem I can see with this is Noctis is already in a separate banner, albeit without his EX weapon being featured in that banner, which is Ignis' story banner. Otherwise, I would have given Noctis almost a 80 to 90% chance of his EX weapon coming out with Aranea'S banner. His EX Plus is still at least 2 months away, so far away enough that it can be featured early. This is one of the exceptions to the rule that I mentioned earlier, since he is featured in Aranea'S trailer. Now the other character is going to be Gilgamesh. He is a featured character in the trailer, albeit just speaking with her, but nonetheless he is there. My problem with him is, again, the same thing as Noctis. His EX Plus actually comes out during XDET's event, which is practically around 2 months away, which is, like I mentioned earlier, the same as Noctis. But it would be nice after a disappointing EX showcase he had. I still can't get over the fact that the Whirlwind attack, the number of times he spins only hits like 3 times. So having his EX Plus early will probably be a good feature for the character. My other pick will have to be Cater. She's been a meme in the global for a long time, and not just in the global version, but in the JP version as well. But a lot of changed in the JP version just, recently. Just like what they did with our previous Lord and Savior God Saz, they can actually change her fate. She is a very strong character now in the JP version of the game, and I wouldn't put it past them to do this as well. Another character that seems to be a meme along the lines is going to be Yang, so it's basically the same reasoning as with Cater. Anyway guys, I think that's it for this video. These are my predictions, basically, who will be coming out with Aranea'S banner. Leave down in the comment below who you think is the other featured characters in Aranea'S banner that will have their EX Plus weapons. Again guys, remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help with my channel growing and of course with the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Facebook and on Twitter at Monchkinz Gaming. This is Monchkinz logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.